Hey everybody, Hoosier Jedi here with another review for you. This time I'm talking episode 16 of season 3 of The Flash, Into the Speed Force. And all in all, I have to say this was a pretty solid episode, but there's definitely some issues of, well, basically kind of, what's a good way to put it? Well, let's just kind of get right into it. Um, Of course, the big thing this episode is Barry goes into the Speed Force to save Wally, and he gets to have more Deep Space Nine wormhole aliens chat time with the Speed Force beings, residents, or whatever you want to call them. And this makes it fun that you get to have Rick Cosnet and Robbie Amell, and of course Wentworth Miller to pop back up and use their past characters sort of as mouthpieces for the Speed Force. I mean, stuff like that's always fun. And it's been a while since we've seen Whit Miller, other than him popping up very briefly on Legends of Tomorrow. Just sort of that constant Again, it sounds like everything he says just sounds incredibly sarcastic. Now the thing is, though, of course, that the Speed Force has every right to be steamed at Barry for the whole Flashpoint situation. I mean, that was one thing that I kind of grumbled about. It's like, okay, Barry had apparently moved on from his mother's death, and then he immediately, after that, goes and creates Flashpoint. Now Barry, not unfairly, points out, it's like, okay, yeah, I had accepted my father's death until, my mother's death, until Zoom murdered my father right in front of me. Which, yeah, okay, fair enough. That is a pretty good way of reopening the wounds. But, yeah, Barry, messing with history again, even then, you really should have learned your lesson, but what's done is done. Now, the Speed Force kind of acting like, oh, well, you're responsible for the death of Eddie and Ronnie and Snart. Well, no, pretty clearly, that's not really, I think, what it's trying to say. I think you have to really pay attention, I think, to this episode. It's more like the Speed Force says, if you want to free Wally, first you have to free yourself. And what that means to me is that Barry, is still beating himself up over those people's deaths. Even though those deaths were sacrifices each and every one of them made of their own free will for the good of others. Now, doubtlessly, in part or in whole, they were inspired by Barry. I mean, the Speed Force flat out says Snart did it because of Barry's example. He chose to be a better man. But again, those were their choices. Those were their choices to make. And, it says to Barry, we're not going to let you off so easily that you just take Wally's place. Because that's a sacrifice that Barry would make willingly without hesitation. But, again, it's an easy choice for him to make. What happens in this episode is like, okay, Jay has to take his place. I've got to beat Salvador. This is really forcing Barry into a position where, he can't take the easy way out and just turn the situation and just basically, okay, I'm going to stay here in the Speed Force and, in a way, turn away from the full ramifications of everything that he's done. I think this is really what the Speed Force is trying to do. Like, basically, Barry, get your act together, stop beating yourself up over this, and clean up fully the mess you caused with Flashpoint. And you kind of see a little hint of this, like when Barry basically tells the Speed Force, screw off and barges into Wally's room. There's this moment where Snart kind of gives a little smile, sort of like, okay, Barry's going to stop friggin' feeling sorry for himself and, get off his butt and beat a Flash properly. So, the way this is handled, that's all fine and good. It's really where you get to the idea that Barry is doing something wrong by letting Wally be the one to save Iris, even though, as somebody who's faster, it makes sense. It's logical that Wally be the one to save her.
But again, this doesn't really quite make sense. On the other hand, if you take into account that Barry is the main protagonist of the show, and he is inevitably going to need to get faster to deal with future threats, okay, maybe where the Speed Force is going with all of this makes a little bit more sense. Never mind the fact that we can't have, 3, 4 speedsters running around, at least 3 speedsters running around Earth 1. So, yeah, that's just not going to be workable. So, I have a feeling Wally might be taking a little sabbatical to a different Earth at some point by the end of the season. At the end of the season finale, we'll just have to wait and see. Speaking of different Earths, of course, we get to see Jay Garrick again. Always awesome. Snuck a little joke in about using the term Golden Age. That was nice. And, he really does embody that great mentor mentality so well. In a way, it's sort of what the Speed Force is doing and what Jay is telling him. I think it's what's necessary to really kind of get Barry to where he needs to be. I also liked what was going on with Jesse and HR this episode. HR does make a very rude blunder in saying, she's not the real Flash, and Jesse rightfully points out, on my Earth, I am the Flash. Does she actually call herself the Flash when she's on Earth too, or does she call herself Jesse Quick? Like a little clarification on that. But it's not really that important. Now, HR is totally right to call her out and say, yeah, you running off to fight Savitar is pretty stupid. So don't do that. And her knocking him out, that was also pretty hilarious. And it's definitely hard not to enjoy the reference to the Iron Giant they worked in. Yeah, never mind also getting a shout out to Toy Story and Austin Powers and Super Mario. It's cool that apparently Super Mario exists on Earth 19, and then referring to what let's say the negative world. That's cool. And if you're an old school gamer like I am, and you know your way around the original Mario, that's gold. That is gold. And what I do like this episode is that, of course, they resolve their differences, and HR once again shows that he does have, some solid outside-the-box thinking skills that help save Jesse and prove that, Savitar is basically just a dude in a suit of armor. And as other people online have pointed out, okay, this whole situation suddenly makes a whole lot more sense. Him claiming to be the first speedster and be from ancient Persia or whatever. Well, that's just a lineup load of crock. That's just a crock. It's a bunch of junk he made up to try and make himself seem like some sort of a guy. He's just a dude. So now a lot of this contradictory stuff makes a lot more sense. And I'm glad the show did sort that out. Because I know from my previous reviews, I was like, what? Did the writers forget what they'd already said? Let's see, what else do we have to say about this episode? Honestly, guys, I think that pretty well covers it. So, with that said, I'm going to call it here. As always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at CruiserJedi. And also, you can join me on Tumblr at Jedi Reviewer. Until next time, take care and have a good day.